Hello, dear students. Today again we are with our discussion with the important passages from Macbeth. For today's discussion, I have here the text. According to my series, this is the text number 13 from Macbeth. And this text or this passage now has been taken from Act 2, Scene 4. Up to now, we have completed Scene 3 of Act 2, and we have understood the story as well. That the King Duncan has been murdered, that Macbeth has also murdered the two grooms or the attendants of King Duncan. He also justifies his action by saying that he did so because of love and affection towards the King Duncan. Now we come to this text, that is with the scene 4. Let's first go with the text, then we will see the context as well as the reference of this text and the scene. Thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act, threaten his bloody stage by the clock its day, and yet dark night strangers the travelling lamp. Isn't night's predominance or the day's shame? That darkness does the face of earth entomb, when living light should kiss it. So this is the dialogue. This is the passage or the lines which have been spoken by Ross to an old man. In this scene, what we see, that Ross and the old man. Ross is the attendant of, or is the courtier of King Duncan. Both of them are talking outside Macbeth's castle. Means this scene opens outside the outside Macbeth's castle. They are talking, both Ross and old man. They are talking about the misdeed that has been done the night before. So they exchange their views that it was very unnatural, and nature itself was indicating the bad happenings in the night. So old man was reacting about the previous night, that how the night itself, how the nature itself was revealing the misdeed done by the man, by the human being, that is by Macbeth. So this is the context, and these lines that we have for explanation have been spoken by Ross to old man. But the conversation between both of them is the reaction about the murder, about the misdeed that has occurred in the previous night. That is, everyone in the town or in the city is baffled or affected badly by the incident or by the crime, because they believed that it was against the nature. It was absolutely against the nature. So this is the context that we have, or the reference we have of these lines. Now come to back to the text. We have some difficult words in this text. Let's go with them. The first, that is man's act. Man's acts means here misdeed of man. Then we have bloody stage. Bloody stage means the earth on which murders are committed. So earth is a stage, but because murders have been committed here, therefore this stage has become bloody. So bloody stage here refers to the earth. Stangels means stifles, that is filled with or covered with. Traveling lamp. Traveling lamp is supposed to be called to sun. Sun is our traveling lamp because it travels. It was supposed at that time. Now we say sun does not travel, but the earth travels. The earth makes the round the sun. Predominance. Predominance means astrological influence. That is, we mean here. Day's shame means disgraceful defeat of that day. So it was a day's shame that such kind of murders are committed here. Entomb means cover. So the earth has been covered by the night. Here the lines are there. Living light, light of the sun, that we mean. So these were some of the difficult words from this passage. Now, as we have already done the context and reference, and I can only say that both of these two men, that is Ross and the old man, they are talking about the supernatural events seen around Macbeth's castle the night before. So they also talk about the supernatural elements which took place, or the events that took place around the Macbeth's castle in that night before. Meaning is here that the supernatural elements were also cooperating the misdeed of the human being. So this is what we have here in this context or in this reference. Now we will go with explanation. In these lines, Ross confirms the opinion of old man. So whatever has been said by the old man in the previous lines of this passage was that he was expressing about the supernatural things. So here Ross confirms those opinions that really it was a bad night. He says that in the course of his experience of 70 years, he has not seen such a dreadful night as the present one. So this was said by the old man, that he never saw such a dreadful night, and this was confirmed by Ross. Ross says that yes, it was a dreadful night and it was a very bad night they have experienced, and it was showing the misdeed of the human being. So Ross says that very powers of above seems to be displeased with the wicked act of man on earth. So the powers of the above, the heaven, powers of the above means heaven. Heaven seems to be displeased. Why? Because of the wicked act of man on earth. So he says that they are infuriated with the evil deeds of mankind. So here the deed that has been done by Macbeth is the symbol, or is in actual the evil deed. and the nature itself reflecting that deed. Even the heaven is expressing its anger, its unhappiness, its infuriated mood. So, in this way, the whole earth is being threatened with destruction. So, he means to say that if such kind of the acts are being done, the earth is in danger. He also says that in these lines that this earth can be compared to a blood-stained stage, because so many misdeeds, so many crimes have been done on this stage, and who can imagine, who can think about the murder of King Duncan, so kind, so humble. So he says that man plays his part by acts of bloodshed on this earth. So it is blood-stained stage. Then he points out another example of heavenly displeasure, that how heaven is showing its displeasure. Judging by clock, it should be day. Then he says that if we go with the clock, it should be day. So it is day. If we have the astrological, or if we have the scientific thing in our regard, in our consideration, we will see that it is a day. Yet darkness still stifles the rays of the sun. But what we say? That the darkness is covering the rays of the sun. So the light is not being seen there, although it is a day. But it seems to be night. So it is due to the misdeeds and the crimes that took place on this earth. Then he says that he cannot say whether it is a triumph of night or the disgraceful defeat of day. Two things are there. So Rose says that he is in dilemma, he is in confusion. He cannot say whether it is a triumph of night, whether it is a victory of night, that night has covered everything, or it may be the disgraceful defeat of the day, or whether the day has been defeated by the night. Because by clock we can say it is a day, but it is the darkness is covering this day on this earth. Darkness still shrouds the face of the earth. That is what I have said. So the earth should blaze with the light of the sun right now, and that gives life to everything on this earth. But what's happening? That the strange things are happening on this earth. That the misdeeds have been taken place on this earth. So in place of the day, we see that the earth is covered with the night. There is no light. Rose also says in these lines that Duncan's horses have become mad. It means that the horses, the animals also reacting to this crime, to this misdeed, and they have broken away and ran out, refusing to obey as if they would fight against mankind. As if these horses were stood to fight with mankind. So, meaning is here that even the animals were reacting, even the animals were showing their anger against the misdeed that has been done, against the crime that has been done by Macbeth. Now, let's go with the critical note of this scene as well as of this passage. That is, first of all, about the scene. That this scene is designed to give us an impression of the way in which people of kingdom are reacting to the happening of the palace. So that is, we have already discussed. In fact, this scene expresses the reactions of the outside people, outside of the palace people, who are discussing, who are talking about the incidents or the happenings that took place in the night, in the previous night on the land of Scotland. So this scene is also called side scene, and which is very instructive feature of Shakespeare's dramatic method. So it's a technique used by Shakespeare, because this is the side scene. Actually, it's not linked with the main story, but but even then it is linked with the story, because there is the reaction, there is the the impression of the people, what they think about the incident, about the king, about Macbeth, about everything, how they react, that has been given in this scene. That's why it is called the side scene. The storm that raged outside is a symbolical of the conflict which was going in the mind of Macbeth as well as in the hearts of the people of Scotland. So there is a storm that is running both in the mind of Macbeth as well as in the hearts of the people. The people are also angry, they are also furiated, and Macbeth as well as is worried. There is conflict in the mind of Macbeth. Now, what to do next? Because now he is in position to committing crime after crime, and he is not feeling himself secure even after murdering King Duncan. So there is conflict in the mind of Macbeth. Such scenes gives us the impression of those who are watching the course of events. That is, such kind of scenes, side scenes, they give us the reactions of the people who are not involved in the play or in the events, in the course of the events, but they are just watching the course of the events from the distance, and we seem to join them as spectators. We also learn immediate after effects of the occurrences. Definitely, this scene, the reactions, the talking between Ross and the old man is immediate after effect of the occurrence. And what is the occurrence? Occurrence is the murder of King Duncan. And immediate after effects, that is the reaction of the people. That has been here discussed in this scene. And in this way, this scene prepares us for the second part of the drama. That is, now we enter into the second part. The first part, that is King Duncan has been murdered. That is, now Macbeth is the king of Scotland. And now what else Macbeth does, we shall see in next lectures and videos. So dear students, thank you very much for listening to me, and next time we will have another passage from Macbeth, and in this way we will be able to complete Macbeth by 6 or 7 more passages and their explanations, and then we will discuss some important issues regarding Macbeth and some questions also. So again, thank you so much.